Afternoon, Mr. Senate President, Majority Leader, colleagues, and of course to the author and sponsor. Alam niyo po, Mr. President, na sa DSWD pa lang po si Senator Tulfo. Nagkakwentuhan na po kami at nabanggit niya doon na priority niya kung paano maging madali, kung paano maging non-partisan or non-political ang paghatag or pagbigay ng ayuda at isa din yung intention paano gamitin ang technology. So I congratulate him for that. Having said that, I just like to articulate something that I think we're all thinking. Short term, medium term, long term. Short term, pagka kailangan mo talaga ng tulong, di ba? Nandiyan na, pasukan na, kailangan ng pangbili ng gamit o kailangan ng panggastos, kailangan mo pera na kagad. Nasa ospital na, kailangan ng pambili ng antibiotic or kailangan ng pan-down or whatever, kailangan or kaya hindi ooperahan pagka walang PhilHealth o kaya walang guarantee leader, kailangan mo na. So there's no question that when we talk about possible dole-outs, there are many situations where you need it urgently and you need it now. So this Senate bill makes it easier for them to get it right away, na walang padrino, walang politika, no? Having said that, Mr. President, I ask that we, as a group, as hopefully people with more wisdom in our age, will come up with the medium and long-term solutions. I'm happy that yung 4-piece program natin ay from a simple conditional cash transfer, nagkaroon po ng mga conditions sa kalusugan ng mga anak, nagkaroon ng proposal, magkaroon ng bigas. Ngayon, libre na rin yung kuryente. Of course, I also honor Senator Marcoleta kasi siya nag-bring up niya nung eleksyon. Kaya binitbit na rin nung administrasyon yung panukala. But my point is, Mr. President, if you look at Singapore, Korea, Thailand, Malaysia, all these countries have programs for micro and small entrepreneurs. Sa atin, 5-6 pa rin, Mr. President. So we have almost 200 billion in ayuda every year. That's why I proposed, bigyan na lang ng 10,000, diretso lahat, because we can actually do it. And actually, it's increased. More than 300 billion na yung ayuda, Mr. President. So while we support this bill and while this is a good endeavor, may I encourage all of us, no, especially sa executive department, come out with those programs sa kalusugan, katulad ng PhilHealth, Mr. President, no? May I make this manifestation, Mr. President? Dito sa kamarang ito, tinanong natin sa PhilHealth, pagka puno na yung charity ward, hindi ba pwede na gamitin yung pay ward pero babayaran ng PhilHealth? Sabi nila pwede. Pwede naman talaga kasi nasa batas eh. Kung hindi pa binanggit, hindi pa mangyayari. Pinangako ng PhilHealth na ngayon taon na to, wala nang delay sa gamot. For the information of my colleagues, especially Senator Bongo and Senator Risa, the chairperson and the actives sa Health Committee, walang TB medicines ngayon. Kausapin natin po yung mga LGUs, hindi daw nakapag-deliver kasi maraming dahilan. I'll let DOH answer themselves. I hope it's not true. Why? Ang TB, pag natigil yung gamot, umpisa ka na naman sa umpisa. At pag nag-umpisa ka sa umpisa, meron pong danger na maging resistant na yung pasyente. Mabuti po yung mayayaman na cities nakakabili ng sarili. Yung mga mas mahihirap na municipalities hindi makabili. So my point, Mr. President, is that programs that push for independence, creativity, for small businesses, for people to take care of themselves, will eventually shove out yung mga dole-outs natin, Mr. President. So it's in my hope na kung gaano kabilis natin napasa ang Senate Bill 155, yung mga programa para sa entrepreneurship, puhunan, kapital, pera mga pondo para sa edukasyon at kalusugan, maipasa natin kagad. Thank you for this opportunity, Majority Leader, Mr. President.